All right. Starting on time, sort of. Had to change the schedule around, so technically we're 24 hours early. And I know no one's here yet, but hello everybody who isn't here yet. We're going to be doing a little more work in the Unity today. And let's see. Next time, which will be probably Wednesday, maybe Thursday, Rusty will be live. I was testing him last night. The only thing I have to do yet is get the camera set up. So that's exciting. I just did not have time to throw everything together on short notice tonight. But yeah, live action Rusty will be ready. He'll be back. So we can see him in all the digital and not so digital glory. But yes, Rusty returns. Yes, Rusty returns. He'll be back tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. The next time. Yes, got all his code tested, some wires rerouted. But yeah, I didn't have time to fight with some of the touchy stuff tonight, like his video feed. But no. But yeah, that's exciting. It's exciting. All right, let's pop chat back out here. And are we here? Are we here? Yes, we are here. Let's resize my window a little bit. Because if I don't do display capture, you don't get to see any of the fun pop-ups. Right about there? There we go. Ta-da! All right. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I could leave the ceilings off for now. Well, are the lights attached to the ceilings? We'll leave the ceilings off for now. Not that one. This one. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? There he is. For some reason, the camera starts behind him. I should probably fix that. So, the first thing I thought of is to add yet another thing to this list here. I'm going to, for now, I'm just going to add in a little slider so I can control the focal distance from this script. Still haven't gotten around to looking up the scrolly wheel on how to scrolly wheel. So for now, we'll do it kind of not a messy way, but you can only use it in the editor mode here. I did see something that piqued my interest. It's like, oh yeah, if I don't want to have everything mapped to buttons, I can just add sliders and buttons off screen, but still within the same program, right? So they could be, when I'm running the program, they could be just hiding up here where I'm not capturing. Kind of like how VC Face does right now, for me. See, like, you don't see, right here, you don't see any menu, right? That's because just off screen here and hidden by the way that it's exported anyways, you don't see the little menu items and sliders. But on the other monitor, I could totally be clicking those. So I'm going to add in the debug version of that. All right, let's see. Where was my code for that? Focus distance script. We did this on camera last time. Or on camera? On stream? Yeah. Super easy. Focus distance. Here we go. Okay, so got the camera. See, we've already got the camera. So I'm going to make another variable here. Public float. We'll call this cam focal length. No, that's not a proper way to, not a proper way to do that, but that's okay. And we're gonna make it a range. If we have to type range first, let's see. No, not that one. Yeah, definitely not that one. Range. We'll just copy that. I mean, if I already wrote it, it does need a... Interesting, it does not need a semicolon after it. So, cam focal length, void update. We want it within the update. And actually, let's put it up here. Virtual camera. We've got the... we already wrote this code too. If we already wrote this code... which I might need to disable now, actually. Where do I have that code? Oh, it's hiding in there somewhere. For now. It should be that easy. Compiling. And let's give it a shot. Oh, it looks like I, that's what that looks like. It looks like I saved when I shouldn't have, when I was goofing off with the different effects. Or I messed with something I should not have. Would that be this, perhaps? It would be this. Okay, never mind. It started at 0 because I didn't have it initialized. I think? Wow, that was quite the camera effect, wasn't it? I thought I had saved with the warp, the warp field or warp zone. What? There's a special effect for it in the space pack. It's basically like the wormhole, traveling through FTL effect, like Star Trek or hyperspace from Star Wars. Hyperspace with the serial numbers filed off, right? Okay, okay. I do have to lock the camera here again, but... look at that! Yeah, I can definitely warp into the unknown here. Ooh, and we get nice and close. I believe it's pointing at... The camera is technically pointing at my neck, but it's offset. Nope. Come on. Give me back my... No? There we go. Yeah, it is slightly offset for both characters, so that is interesting. The point at is slightly off center. Yeah, that's okay. Means I can give the over the shoulder talking to people vibe maybe. Okay, we definitely need to do that. So interesting that is this really the it's not actually the focal length. It's the field of view. It's a field of view, which in here I believe affects the focal length. It's multiplied, so this is like this would be like a 35 millimeter ish. And this would be, well, let's just do 150. So this would be roughly 300 something, except backwards. Kind of. I mean, at least we're in focus. So that was the code we worked on last time, was this focus distance script. So it takes the camera, the virtual camera, mind you, cinema machine. It takes that, connects it to the effects controls, or no, it's called effects controls. It's right up above here, the volume, which is volume post-processing. It's a Unity way of saying all the fancy camera effects. You have bloom, vignette, chromatic aberration, depth of field. So what we're doing here, mostly, is that's the script down behind Rusty. Let's hide Rusty for now. It's just a picture anyways. He's just a JPEG. So here, yes, we're connecting the focus distance of the depth of field so that whatever's at this focus distance is in focus, because it's like it says. It's actually like it says for once. So that's what the script one of the scripts we worked on last time does. But how it calculates that is the distance from the player object, which is just visible. Okay, so distance from the player and the camera, which right now is 4. And what I just did is I made it so I could have this, which you can't see right now. Hold on. There. I made a little slider in the editor here for basically for debugging purposes, where I can now control the field of view, not technically the focal length. Here, let's put them to hello. There. See, still in focus. And if you look closely, still in focus. Starts to get a little out of focus right there. That's understandable. It's probably the some other effects getting in the way. And here we have. Yeah, that's pretty sweet though. Distance isn't changing, it's just theoretically how far away the camera is, but not really, because we're digital. So I would like the changes to actually be the focal length, because I'm used to working with focal length. I'm used to working with actual camera, so seeing 20 kind of throws me off. So let's go back to our virtual camera. Which is right here. And this is the setting we just played with. See, can we do it live? Maybe not. See, it's I can no longer click the zoom, the key I had set up as zoom, because it's being overridden by the code I just wrote. So that's interesting. So I'd have to move that camera zoom script code, which is fine. I should do that anyways. So it's all in one place. Now, the thing is, looking at low poly head. Okay, that's cool. Probably the wrong low poly head. Following the camera root. Player camera root, in theory, is on the floor. You know, it should be down at his root. Oh, I could be wrong. It's at a meter and a half. I think these are in meters. Well, so with the cinema machine, we're not actually changing the focal length, but it's the field of view. But in the actual camera, where is it? See, field of view is 20 right now, it says. No, but he claims that it's 67. What does our code say? Code says 20, so that is definitely the field of view. Let's see if that disables it there. Okay, so we got this back. Now let's go see what this says. I don't know if we can change this live. We cannot change this live. Probably because now it's hooked up through this. So it is technically changing the focal length. Oh, we got a spammer, yay! Welcome to chat, Tiny Toy. I'm glad that there's cheap viewers on asterisk. We're so happy for you. I don't like cheap viewers. My viewers are high quality. So, you know, go knock yourself out with that. Thank you for stopping by and chatting. If you drop some bits on your way out, that'd be cool. No, I can just go like that, actually. There. So now you're still here. Congratulations. Let's see. Yep. Good times. Okay. World up override, blah, 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 blah. Custom blends. Easing. Cool. Okay, so I think I will take my code then. Where's my code? Where did I hide it? Not that one. Not that. Where did I? Oh, I put it on control lights. That's not where that belongs. But I guess that's where I was hiding all my. That's where I was hiding everybody. Okay, so I'm gonna take this camera zoom script and I'm just gonna go put on my post stuff. Because that'll condense it anyways. Where is it? Cam zoom. Zoom level. What? Can we do this? We can do this. Of course we can do this. Let's put it for everything. Putting it on update might not be the greatest. Let's get an on here. If on blah 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 zoom level, should we do zoom level? No, let's do cam focal length. Should do zoom level because it's not technically a camera focal length. It is actually field of view. It says right there it's field of view. Well, I like zoom level. Cam focal length. No, that's literally what I just had. There you go. And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna set this to, let's set it to 35 right off the bat. Because then it won't start in super duper zoom out mode. Because that was, that was slightly ridiculous. Yeah, then I'm just gonna ditch this, this script for now. Field of view, field of view, field of view, field of view. And we'll save this in case we do want to separate them out later. But for now, I'm just going to remove that component because it currently lives over here. There, and it defaults to 35. Give that a shot, make sure it works. Oh, that was definitely unexpected. Hello. Okay, the zoom still works. Interesting that the chromatic aberration is so, I have it set so intense, mostly for demo purposes. I have it set so intense that when you're, even though I'm this close and in focus technically, because we're properly accounting for that. So here, if you look at my tie, the orange tie, if you look at that, that is nicely sharply in focus. No chromatic aberration, which is like color separation. But if you look at the top, if you look at the top of my head, you can see that the blue, blue, green, and red are separating up there because it's from the center of the center of the focus outwards. So the center of the lens outwards. And I have it cranked up really intense, so that's why it's like that. Yeah, looking good, looking good. Well, I just noticed I have different material settings for the eyes between the two models. So if you look here, it appears to be the same shade of blue. If you look here, they definitely glow more. So they're emitting the emissive shader is just cranked up like probably one more notch in Unity. So here you can actually see. Let's see. If I can have my cursor. Oh, that's interesting. Lock the camera. I'll zoom in, because now we can zoom in. So the field of view is actually inverse of what the zoom would be. I suppose that makes sense. It's the angle of the field of view. So because it's lower, now it's a more concentrated angle. Whereas here it's a wider angle. I think it's 63 degrees. So it's taking in 63 degrees worth. And here is taking in 10 degrees worth. Okay. That makes sense now. I would still rather have it in expressed in the focal length, just because that's something I'm more familiar with. For instance, when I do get the camera set up for next time, another plug for the next stream. For that, for Rusty over there, I am using a 25 millimeter. Well, with my camera, it's 25 millimeter. It's the equivalent of 50 millimeters, because I'm using the type of camera I'm using. It's a micro four thirds sensor. So you multiply the lenses by 2. It's a technical thing. Basically, it's 50 millimeters. So what would that be here? Let's see if we can get back to the camera. No, it's not gonna let me adjust it from here. So right now we're at 85 at 15. So let's just say that we should be about here, maybe. Where is it? 70? Not quite. And this is relative. Theoretically, it'd be the same. Really, it's just more like how much of the image and how compressed the final image or the subject is in the final image. Compressed in relationship to the viewer. A little hard for me to explain without getting out the drawing tablet or Wikipedia. So roughly, let's just give that a shot for kicks. Close enough, 52. So this is roughly the equivalent of staring at the camera that'll be staring at Rusty. And feeding that camera information into this lovely computer, and then we can watch him live. He's back to blinking and moving the head all over the place. The neck does not creak anymore because he no longer has that neck. Where's that button? He no longer has this neck. Had to rearrange it. The creaking was caused by the middle gear. You see 1, 2, and there's a big gear just above there, mostly hidden right there. Wow, my hand tracking is doing really well tonight. So this gear was just ever so slightly too far in one direction, so it would bind. It's slightly off-centered, and it would bind at certain angles, and that's what caused the creaking as everything strained against it, strained against each other. So he never creaked going side to side, because that's a different gear train up in his head. He would creak going forward and backwards, mostly, I believe, looking down. That's also because the added weight of everything in there. He's a little front heavy. But I fixed some of that. So we're getting that taken care of. And y'all get to see him next time. So that's exciting. That's exciting. Actual Rusty. Yes, yes. Actual Rusty. Old Man Rusty is another one. IRL Rusty just doesn't really flow. So either Old Man Rusty or Actual Rusty. So I am Virtual Rusty. Put a little V for like, V for VTuber, but V for Virtual Rusty. I mean, I almost look like I'd be like a virtual assistant right now, right? With the, headset and, hi, can I take your order? And, or direct you in the call. Bless the call center workers. Do not want their job. I, as Robot Rusty, will not be taking their job. I have worked a front desk enough. There we go. Okay. So. Oh, nope. Wrong Rusty. This Rusty. Hi. But yes, and the zooming script still works, so that's nice. Though I might adjust it so I can get a little bit closer. Yeah. What was the default? The default was actually nice and close. Oh gosh, I'd have to go digging through the code. No, thank you. We're just going to make it, instead of 30, 20? 35? 35 is further, 20 is closer. Let's make it about 15 for starting. Code. Oh, I did have it for 35. 35 is the far one. So let's start at 15 then. And make this guy... Where are we? No, we are at 20. Yeah, that's just a little far away. So let's make this one 15. And this one maybe 30... 25. 25 should be good. Oh, we probably shouldn't be doing that while we're running. There. Okay. Did that update. Just enough to cause a change. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, so that's close up. Nice and close. And that's far away. That's... I'd say that's pretty good. We don't really need to see his feet. And the camera bumps up against the ceiling. That is funny. Right there. Must be going through a doorway. So I found out after I took the ceiling out, and waved my hand in front of my camera. After I took the ceiling off, disabled the ceiling, so you can see the stars, there's actually a second level way up there. There's like a whole corridor going around. So what I think I'm going to do just for fun is implement an elevator. Remember, we're just playing around, getting a hang of how Unity works. We already have the teleporter and the head in the jar. I should move him over to my office. So we got this awesomely shaded. Yeah, that's pretty cool, isn't it? We got a texture change. Yeah, it's got a little anti-aliasing problem because of the resolution we're at for testing mode right now, but there it goes. Ta-da! So we got the teleporter working, so why don't we just make it so the teleporter can bring us to the other levels too? So I'll just take that same script, plop it in the elevator, so when you go in the elevator, it maybe it waits a couple seconds, and then I should take the opportunity, since we're in the demo anyways, demo level, should take the opportunity to properly code an elevator for future reference. You know, where it moves the whole item up, opens, closes door. I do need to make open and close door scripts, because right now here I just kind of walk right through the door. And fun fact, oh, there's railing in this part. Where there is no railing, I will fall forever. Because somehow there's gravity in space. But there are no working copiers in space. So let's go back in here just for fun. Oh, also, I noticed another Easter egg. There's a GameCube. I saw it in the asset list, and I was like, wait a second, what? So right above my head, he put my hand right in front of the tracker. So right above my head here, there's a GameCube controller, and there's the GameCube itself over on my, right there. So, oh, GameCube controller, and GameCube. That's kind of disorienting. This hand over here, this hand over here. Okay. And man, that purple bloom is really something, isn't it? Lock the camera, get my get my cursor back. It was hiding over on the other monitor. Listen to the little robot stomp on the ceiling. Okay. Do 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 do. Okay. Where was that head? I mean, we gotta do the very important stuff first. Where was that head? He was over in the prefabs, probably under props. Yes. Because, man, there's some cool props. Can you... Yeah, you guys can see them. They're a little small, but... Oh, pre-built pipes? Man, that's going to come in handy. Because and I'm sure the, let's see, which one is it? There's a pack that has warehouses. I think it's the Breaking Bad, in quotes, the Breaking Bad asset pack. There's warehouses. I don't know if there's factory type elements there, but now I know where I can find some. And I did see a really cool feature on the Cinti Discord. They have a separate section called Cinti Search. So you can ask, hey, where would I find this asset? So in this case, you know, industrial piping. And then people will respond, you know, where you find it, which asset packs. So that's pretty cool. You gotta love a helpful community. Let's see. Ooh, got some gas tanks behind me here. Stairs, turrets. Oh, and what is this? Test tube. Looks like there's a tentacle in this one and a head prop in that one. Let's go find our office. Come on. Nope, that is not what I wanted to click. We're gonna make the oldest joke in the book. If the box was bigger, we could make the oldest joke in the book and put the head in the box, so we can truly ask, "What's in the box? What's in the box?" I mean, it's not this ugly mug, but oof. Yeah, we'll just leave it at oof. Move over our wonderful trophy and very important. In fact, I might even have it like teeter-tottering half off the shelf. I do find it amazing how far we've come. Because I was looking at some of my older work. How far we've come with real-time rendering. You know, something I would have done 10 years ago in Maya to get it to even look, you know, kind of cartoony like this. It would have been, would have had to hit the render button and wait. Even at this quality, just to have it have shadows and proper like ambient occlusion stuff, to have it look like the quality we're gonna see here, to have it look like this, yeah, that, you gotta hit the render button and wait. And now it's all real time, and this is just, low poly fun. You get something on like PS5 or whatever, and it looks just just gorgeous, and that's all real time. That's crazy. Of course, my last computer was looking at it sitting in the corner, inoperable, because the power supply went poof. Much louder than that, but yeah, poof. What is that? NVIDIA 550 Ti. And we're currently running a 4070 Ti. It was funny seeing the difference, when the parts compare on the power. And it's just, it's not just, horsepower and how fast it can do things, the memory and all that. It's all the stuff that's built into the newer graphics cards for encoding and everything. It's just so much better. But no, it's interesting because I think that was a 1 gigabyte. I think that was 1 gigabyte, and this is I want to say it's a 12, because it's the 70, not the 80, or obviously not the 90. That was the price of the whole machine, pretty much. But no, it's interesting. And then thinking back 10 years before that, I think I had a nice gaming computer. I had dual Voodoo 2s slide together. This was a much earlier computer. So yeah, I think I had a gigahertz Pentium 3, would that be? Pentium 3 maybe? And I had dual Voodoo 2, so two graphics cards for 24 megabytes of RAM. That thing could run Quake 2 and Half-Life like crazy. And, some other more modern than those games too, like with Tribes 2, good stuff. Mech Warrior 3, probably. Look at my gaming shelf over there. I still have a couple cases from back then that didn't get thrown out over the years, or the many moves. Yes, Mech Warrior 3 looked amazing with Voodoo 2 graphics. One of these days I'll get around to playing Mech Warrior 5, which is kind of an old game at this point. Yeah, look at that head just sitting there. Behold, I have my trophies. See, that's why I kept the other trophy. My trophies. A screenshot. It's a cheese. Oh, I missed a chance to show off my mug again. Where's my mug? Where's my mug? Still touch? Okay, good. Sometimes I don't know if the hotkeys are gonna actually go through, but this touch portal's been behaving itself quite well as my shortcut app. I have it on a very old phone because it'll run on. It's a good way to use any old phones you got laying around. Instead of buying a new Stream Deck, you just can reuse it's a Note 4, I believe. Is this my Note? Yeah, my Note 4. I'm using it as a hooked up to the PC, running software called Touch Portal. So on it, there's a grid of buttons that I've created. I had to drag and drop code for. Some of them are built in for like OBS and Twitch. And I can control my toggles with my camera. Hello. This camera. Other side camera, which I thought I had linked to shoot me to the other side, but I guess I didn't do that. You know, important stuff like the headset. Dark mode when I'm playing darker games. The mug. Zoom effect? Well, zoom effect I have hooked up to the actual camera. And color switching. Wait, how much of that actually translated? Okay, yeah. Color switching works in this one too. And it should do, oh, yep, there it does cat mode. So yeah, little cat's eye. And ears. Headset is not in the model in Unity. Do I donut eye? I do have donut eye. Donut eye is a little twitchy. It was me testing something out here. All right. Let's get on to the next thing now that we've got the camera halfway hooked up. Love it. Love it. I do want to drop some billboards in the background. Did we make it through the playlist? No. Okay. Maybe not today, but I do want to make some billboards. There. A little grumble in my throat. Billboards, billboards, billboards. Billboards for outside the window of my test level that, you know, it's like a throwaway level anyways, but we're learning, So here, I'm going to redraw these. I'm not just going to steal them outright, but here's one of them. Dark City. It's a great sci-fi movie from, I want to say the late 90s. That's actually, I believe that's Kiefer Sutherland in the on the side there. And I can't remember off the top of my head. What the heck is his name? I could just look it up, but where's the fun in that? Yeah, Dark City. I want to take a whole bunch of billboards and just put them in the back. Another one I want to use is the blimp from Blade Runner, because that says go to the outer colonies. I think that's what it says, you know, join the outer colonies for a better life. There's a number of them that play on that advertisement. It's like a little Easter egg that other people who love sci-fi put in. Shell Island was not a related Easter egg. It does play an important part in the movie in this. Might have been a spoiler. But you'll have to watch the movie again to find out. So, another one I wanted to use was from, Blade Runner. I want a whole compilation. Maybe I'll make like a Tumblr post with all of them listed, because I couldn't find any. Maybe I wasn't Googling right, or somebody just hasn't compiled them. All the references to that billboard. I don't even know if that Blade Runner might be its own, it itself might be a reference to something older. But yes, join the Outer Colonies. Mass Effect Andromeda had it in the trailer, I believe. You wake up from medical examination or cryo sleep, and there's a beautiful scene behind you, on a beach and whatnot. But it's the same idea. It's like, oh, go to our terraformed planet, paradise, and then it switches to a different slideshow. What's another one? Irresponsible Captain Tyler. I was looking through my DVD, not Blu-ray, mind you. I was looking through the DVD in the very first episode. Let's see if I got saved the screenshot. Did I save the screenshot? I might not have, unfortunately. Nope. Nope, sadness. It looks like I didn't. I do not know where my screenshots save. Oh wait, no, here it is. Ta-da! Same idea. Here's another. He's watching a video billboard of join the. I forget what they call the Imperial Navy or something like that. The Colonial Marines, So it's a big billboard he's just watching. And having some drinks. Love that series. Gotta rewatch it again. But yeah, no, so yeah, an Easter egg in my eventual version of my office, which will have the decaying factory with this wall knocked out and like rubble strewn everywhere. The factory kind of in the background, all caved in, and light shining through the broken windows and vegetation growing up. It's going to be an excuse for me to bust out some concept art, basically. Let's see. So yes, I'm gonna take the idea of most of this office. I mean, it's 4 walls, not even a ceiling. But yeah, I'm gonna lay out the office, have it be normal from this point of view when Rusty's sitting there at the desk. I probably won't have the chart and the stonks. But definitely the computer and some stuff behind him. And then as I pan the camera to change scenes to play games or chatting or whatnot, blasted out walls, decay everywhere. Maybe some nice volumetric fog. And then this space station is just for funsies. It's just the, like I said, it's just the test level. Wait a second, is there another floor underneath here? Oh, no, there's not. It's just a bulkhead wall kind of thing. I was hoping for more things to find. Like this little second level corridor here. Scroll. Oh, I ran out of scrolling. Okay. Okay, that's funny. A floating toilet. Hologram of a toilet. Oops. Nope. Put that back where it belongs. That's great. They should put some fun stuff in their demo levels and asset packs. We have a hollow toilet hiding up in the second level here. What else is up here? Oh, here's the elevator. It's called You can see behind me, but it's called a lift. So this is actual elevator. It doesn't have anything, any code attached to it. So I think I found where I might write some test code to make the elevator go up to the second level and then, yeah, open up. Ooh, and there's some hanger stuff here going on. No people, though. I wonder if I removed the people. I might have removed the people layer of the demo. Yeah, I might have removed it. Yeah, there's a lot of neat stuff in here. And oof. Why do we not have spaceship rim? They had a custom shader on this spaceship. That is a sweet spaceship. Like they had a custom shader on it for some reason. Where am I? There we are. URP lit. Oh, maybe it was cloaked or had an energy shield around it or something. Honestly, it looks kind of cool in just gray mode with the ambient occlusion turned on. Who knows? Who knows? I am gonna save it though now, so it is not that lovely magenta color. I don't think we have anything left that's glaringly unshaded anymore. No, I do want to take a look at the... Actually, let's go take a look at the hangar. How do we get into the hangar? I'm going to cheat and just remove the door. I believe the hangar is this way. Wait, do we have people pods? We do have people pods. See, I haven't even explored this level that much. The demo level. Oh, and blue people. I fully expect there to be an alien in one of these. No? Oh, we got nice little crew quarters. Oh, I think you guys aren't hearing the footsteps, are you? More crew quarters. Oh, look at the little vacuum. I would love to, I'm nowhere near proficient enough, here's the cafeteria. Nowhere near proficient enough to even bother asking to be some kind of affiliate or whatnot, but I would love to be, or ambassador or whatever. But yeah, no, I am more than happy to show off their asset packs. Oh, there's my office. I really should have looked to see what direction this, oh, we can't get through there. Which direction the hangar actually was. Don't they have signs on these things? Hydroponics. Was it down this way? Well. Somebody can't follow directions. Hangar. Oh, there it is. There's a sign. We got a sign, folks. Where's the door I knocked out? Oh, okay, that's ridiculous. First of all, if we're going to enjoy this, I'm going to turn the ceilings back on. Probably not my smartest move to do before finding out where everything was. No, definitely not my smartest move. Okay, so we need to turn around and just go back. This. Oh. I see. So the door's still there. I guess there was another door. How do we eat? What? Okay, there's the hangar. There's a bunch of doors. Now, if I were smart, I would write a script where if the player comes in contact with it, the door just goes whoosh. And then when the player leaves the collider area, the door whooshes back closed. And then I just drop that onto literally all the doors. We'll file that one away for next time. But now, I want to see that hangar. I guess today is more, come on now. I guess today is more me goofing off than actually accomplishing something. But that's okay too. That's okay too. We can say we're testing the render system. Okay, so we gotta go this way. Go in super speed mode. And there's that door we were looking at. Oh no. I erased the door, but apparently this wall section here has its own collider, which shouldn't be a thing if I've disabled the door. So that's an interesting bug, actually. So I guess we won't be checking out that one. Sadly. It did let me in the parts room though, or the other room I uncovered. So look how nice these displays show up. Little glowy lights and such. Means they're using nice emissive textures. So I'll have to take a look at the texture map. See how they're lining those up, because that's pretty cool. That is definitely something I want to steal for computer monitors. A little blur, little bloom. Looks nice, looks nice. Okay, let's go there. We'll call this productive because we figured that out, right? And also, why this door has a collider. Oops, that is the whole wall. I do not want the whole wall. Where am I? I want over here. And why this door has such a collider. Yep, that just has one huge collider for the whole wall. And it goes right through there. That's a bit of an error. So the collider, I believe, those should be showing up. Interestingly enough, make it convex. There it goes. So you look at the collider, and it is covering the entirety of this whole hangar, including blocking off the doorway. So that's actually a problem. I wonder if they know about that one. I would assume so. I thought I had the most recent version of this, but maybe they updated the pieces, but not the demo level. There. So I just turned it off. So I'll be able to walk through that wall, no problem. Sadly, that only fixes it in this project. Unless I were to export the demo, this whole scene. There you go. Gotta use proper terms. Unless I were to export this whole scene away. Which I don't plan on doing. Okay. So. We looked around. We had some fun. We're going to erase some ceilings. Restart the music. And what was next on the list? Oh, head code. Might as well put this in character rig. Actually makes the most sense. We are going to write code for these guys. Or I'm going to disappear the body. As one does. So let's see how I have them arranged. And let's see if I can get this attribute. And because what I would want to do is, there we go, leave the head and disappear the body. And on this one, who's 12A, I want to do the opposite, but would that just be low poly? Low poly and the mouth, unfortunately. Maybe this won't work as well as I'm thinking. So, okay, hold on. Let's try something out here. I actually have a built-in quirk in my blend shapes for this. Does it work? Oh, are you kidding me? There's the body. Why is it not removing? So I think I can call the farmer, can't I? I can't. So you can see my lovely farmer outfit here. Nice, right? Nice. It should be switching in Unity there. It should be switching the same thing. That's interesting that it's not. Because it'll do... Oh. This export, so what you see in the center of the screen, is not fully hooked up. Because the necktie right here, well, hold on. The necktie should be blue. Yeah, so these two should match. Well, mostly match. The headset is from a newer version of this model. Not the one I exported there. But that is interesting that... that's interesting that I didn't hook up all the blend shapes. Because if I want to solve my floating head problem. See, now I have a floating head on the lower left of the screen. That should also be the same in the center of the screen. Hello, Shrill Duck. I was trying to figure out how I could swap the heads and the bodies without writing a bunch of code. Because I have it kind of built in, and I'm pointing and you can't see me. There, I have it built in where I can swap models for the body and keep the head the same. But the model that I imported into the program here, the game engine, is a different version apparently, a different export. Doesn't have all the bells and whistles. But how are you tonight? How are y'all doing tonight? We did figure out. Oh yes, and the this model does not have any blend shapes hooked up, any toggles. There we go. Now we're back to normal, right? Yep. I did get some camera code done, so now I can, in theory, where are we? In debugging mode, anyways, I can zoom in and out now. So that's cool. Kind of cleaning up some of my code too. Let's see. Let's make it right about there. Let's zoom in a little bit. Cleaning up my code. So what I was gonna do is make certain parts of me visible and invisible. Mostly this guy. There. See? I'm gonna take this head. Actually, I'm gonna take this body and there we go. I take this head and put it on this body so that I can still so I can walk and talk. There we go. So I can walk and talk. Theoretically, it shouldn't be too hard. But yeah, just before you showed up, you go by Shrill Duck or however you want to go by. I was taking a tour of this level and found an error that they had let in. Didn't make it past quality control. There's a hangar behind us, behind us right there. You can't actually walk through because they have an invisible wall, a collider, so you can't walk through walls. Yeah, they have that over the door too, unfortunately. All right, lock the camera, unplay. There we go. But let's see what we can do in code here. I should really call this not control lights, but control everything, because that's where I'm tossing all my control code. Character rig. Okay, that sets those two active. Let's see if we can set parts of them active. Do we have to get components? Oh, geez. I might have to look up a, we want to get one of these. But I think we have to ask for it. I'm not sure how to ask for a, or maybe. How to ask for something that's named within something. There's easy ways to do it. Actually, there's an easier way. Hold on, I'm silly. Why am I trying to do this the hard way? On and not on. Did I leave it that way? I think I left it that way. In fact, this code is sloppy too. Doesn't need to be nearly this difficult. Let's see. So what we're going to do is we're going to add something else. Let's call it Capture, Rust capture, Rust controller, Rust controller body. Rust controller body. And oh yeah, this is messy. This would be so much easier to do with code. But for the sake of what I'm trying to do here. There. Let's do that. We got them publics. Should make them serialized, but that's fine. That's what you don't like about 5.4 Unreal. Cut a hole in the wall, you have to fix it. Oh, interesting. So is that a bug in the latest Unreal 5 that, or is that just how they're going to do things from now on? Between 5.3 and 5.4. For what I noticed in this level pack here, demo level pack, it's an actual error. Normally they're really good about cutting the mesh shapes for the collision. Oh, it's broken. Oh. So is 5.3 the official release and 5.4 is like a preview or alpha? I still have to fix my mug too. See, it looks just fine from this angle. Oop, and I almost poured water on my desk because I am holding an actual cup here. Set that down, if you could hear that. So I was going to show you that I need to fix my mug because I modeled it super quick and did not Boolean correct. Come on, be nice. Did not Boolean it correctly. Oh, it's not going to track nice. Anyways, there's a big triangle hole in the bottom. So I got to remodel that and, take more than 5 minutes to do so. There. Simple collisions broken. Is there a more complex, like in Unity, there's you can make what's called a mesh collider. Like you can make simple collisions, like you can make a cube, or what they call a box collider, a sphere collider. They have the default shapes, default primitives. But then you can also import a mesh, and basically like however you want it wrapped around your object. So there's different ways of doing things. I think the mesh collider uses significantly more processing power, which makes a difference when you have, hundreds and hundreds of objects on the screen. Okay, key down. What key should we use? M, B? Let's use B. I don't think we're using B yet. B, we're going to be testing. We're going to be testing. I'll actually document my code here for once. Testing the head swap. Not actually swapping the head. We're giving the illusion of swapping heads. So we're going to take, let's see. Make its own on private bool on ground. No, not on ground. Call it show head. Show head equal true. So already setting this active. So we're gonna take the if show head. If show head, then, so if it's on, then we're going to do Rust control head. Yeah, I guess set active true. Wait, Nah, I made this harder again. Made this harder again. Proper programming. Proper programming here. Ah. Yeah, think this through for a second. Oops, nope, oh jeez. It's being helpful again. Mom, the computer's being helpful again. There. It's like, let's, so if showhead is set to true. Technically this is showhead and it's show body. So for now, let's just set this to false. And that to true. Okay. So yeah, we're just debugging, we're testing right now, because what we should be doing is we're already loading the reference to the whole game object, the whole avatar behind my head here. So what I should be doing is saying, hey, go grab this chunk of it and then go from there. You know, edit that instead of loading the body mesh, loading the other thing. So it's just taking up more memory. Because yeah, everything you load takes up more resources, like you just said. So showhead, what is showhead set to? Showhead is set to true. So if showhead is true, oh, I did this backwards anyways. That should be false right here. That should be true. And it would help if we coded properly. What is it not like? Line 47. We are missing something. Private void, blah, blah, blah. Okay. There. Is that better? That's better. Okay. So this is the one where we want to hide his head. So, whoops. Control. Here is his head, and here is his body. And let's see how that works. Oops, wrong model. That did not work. Why did that not work? So another reason I want to play with this way is so I can do fun stuff like I would have it load a transforming animation, and then the head would just zoom off with a little like little rocket trail, little rocket head. Because if you can do cool stuff, why wouldn't you? If key down B, down B, it's true. I never set showhead to false. Thank you. See, the computer knew what I was trying to do. That is crazy. Okay. The predictive text, I believe it's still called IntelliSense. That's kind of impressive. That is kind of impressive. Okay, here we go, and oh, ta-da! We have the floating head. Still animated. That is creepy. All right. So, let's think this through. If I actually want to... Oh, and there we go. If I actually want to do this, the way I'm thinking... Because I can technically run both of these avatars at the same... or both of these... Yeah, I guess technically they're both avatars. Because when I load the scene... Let's see. So they're both here. You got this guy, and you got this guy. The walking guy, the other guy. Okay, cool. I just figured it out. So I can scratch another thing off my list. I still haven't gotten the whiteboard. Okay. Oh, let's test this out. Still haven't gotten the whiteboard out to write down all my thoughts, unfortunately. But we'll get there. Okay. So I'm gonna change this from controller, head, and body because I don't think I really care about those. I want show body. No, I do want controller body. You know, someone I follow, you say you want to get a second PC so you can run a VTuber. Well, it depends on what you're running right now. I'm actually running on one PC right now. When I run the robot, he's on his own, the actual robot, he's on his own PC. Since you just showed up a little bit ago, good old Rusty. Where's fake Rusty? There, here's the picture of Rusty. You get a JPEG of him, not the actual one. I'll be running him next stream. I just have to set up the camera to point at him, to record him. Because I was testing him out yesterday, and all the servos and the code was all working great. So, fingers crossed. Either Wednesday night or Thursday night, I'm gonna be streaming with him. So that's cool. So yeah, he's actually on his own PC. Because for one thing, I have to run a different set of tracking software. Another instance of Unity also, and it just keeps it all cleaner having all of his stuff on one PC. And then if he crashes, he doesn't take everything with him. What I'm doing here is I'm running, this VTuber here and everything else off this PC. Yeah, it all depends on what you're streaming to. Like I'm only doing 1080p games because my monitors are only 1080p. I haven't invested in sadly, I haven't invested in decent monitors yet. So these are old, but they're 1080p monitors. So my graphics card and computer has no problem handling modern games and VTubing. Even with I'm using NVIDIA Broadcast, I'm not using an iPhone for the tracking. So that's taking probably like good 20% of my GPU right now. If I were to run, something newer, some new game in 2K or 4K, yeah, no, that wouldn't work. I wouldn't be doing this, encoding the video, running the VTuber with the motion capture. Yeah, that wouldn't work so well. So in that case, yeah, a second PC, especially if I had a higher def model. This is intentionally low poly, so he wouldn't take up as much bandwidth. Let's see. Do I have? I think. In fact, I think I am still under 1,000 polygons. So very lightweight, intentionally. I like this blatantly polygon look. And also I want it to be as lightweight as possible. Yeah, no, this computer is pretty new because I built it last year. After my last one, which was 12 years old, my last desktop, it went very loudly. It was time for an upgrade. Otherwise, I was running a GTX 550 Ti. I believe that has 1 gigabyte of RAM. The system itself had 16 gig. 8 gig? Yeah, either 8 or 16 gig. And then, yeah, it was an old computer. But it was still running good up until the day the power supply popped. And I decided, you know what? I was working a side hustle. I can apply that money towards this new beast. So a little bit of extra website and graphic design later, and actually a lot of bit of website and graphic design later, and I had this guy. So now I can run this all on here. I am currently running a 4070 Ti. Would have loved to have something faster, but could not justify it. I think it was like $400 each step up. So I couldn't justify it at the time, especially since I was just getting back into all of this, you know. Yeah, just getting back into, like, you know, 3D modeling and animation-y type stuff. So we'll see how that goes and if I can possibly justify it now that the prices have come down or normalized a little bit. I think a 4080 is still like $1,000. I haven't checked in a while though. Controller body, controller head. So we want to hide. You want capture head. There we go. Capture head. Show head. Yeah. So I've gotta say, I've always been an NVIDIA guy. What is the 6700 what is that the equivalent to? Are they on the 6000 or are they up to 7000 series now? Yeah, for the AMD. The AMD stuff. Show ahead. What body? True. False. True. Oh, I gotta put all these in anyways. What am I doing? I'm really doing this a sloppy way. Let's do... Good thing we're just testing this, and I don't have to be ashamed of my sloppy code. Oh, jeez. Yeah, we gotta do all of that. Capture head. Let's do capture body. Controller head. Why isn't it like that? Controller head, controller body. Yeah, that's fine. Piece of forwarding range. Okay, so it's somewhere in line with like the 6000 series is roughly the 4000 series. Between A and oh jeez. That's why I get for talking with my hands. Okay, so if show head, we show the capture head, hide the capture body, hide that one, show that. No. Did I do that backwards? I did that backwards. I mean, of course, I would love to have a 4090 so I could do a lot more real-time stuff for like 3D modeling and all that. But I am, like I said, as I'm getting back into it, I mean, I haven't properly 3D modeled in almost a decade, about 10 years, 8 years, 8 years, before I switched careers. So I'm starting off with low poly before I decide to get into some, more realistic, or at least higher def models. I think I'm still going to stay away from organics, except for like, the VTuber type body. But I think I'm going to focus on more hard surface and robotics, mecha, that kind of fun stuff. Go ahead, it's true. No, fall? If true, then false. So I'm going to focus on that, for now at least. Because that's fun. That's kind of what I'm into at the moment. Goes with the whole robot theme too, so that's helpful. False, true, true, false. Show ahead, true, show ahead, false. Close enough. Okay. Do we compile? Yes, because all we're doing is simple stuff. Okay. So, controller body, controller head. And now, capture body, capture head. Oops, wait, why are we low poly? And why are we blends? Did I really have blends? That shouldn't be blends. Yeah. Why was that the blends? There we go. Yeah, I can't wait till they let us do AV1 to Twitch. That is definitely going to save my more limited bandwidth. Okay, so we can go in between, just like we could before. Cool, cool. Okay, that's a little uncanny, because we're not quite lined up. Oh my god. I mean... Okay. I mean, yeah, it's a little something, isn't it? I mean, it's good enough for testing, I suppose. I think we can swap them too. Swap them. Oh, that's kind of hilarious. So this is kind of a preview of how I do want it to be. I think I'm gonna actually look in, now that I've tested this. I want to test this little theory. Yeah, I mean we'll say it works. The theory works, at least. We have now tested it. It's a little off. But yeah, now I'm definitely gonna look into the animation blending, or animation masking. And I believe you can adjust the weight, so it's not like all on or all off like this is. So I'll be able to say, okay, so all of the head movement will be tied to, the VTuber avatar. but most of the neck and shoulders, that will be split evenly, so that you'll still get the walking motion, so that the head will bounce properly. I can kind of fake it if I want to give myself a headache here. But yeah, I can kind of fake it, but I'm not going to, because I will definitely have a headache at the end of it. But yeah, no, I'll be able to blend the animation of the walking, or running, or jumping. Whee! Yeah, blend those two animations together, the motion control and the controlled animation. So, experiment successful. Experiment failed successfully. That's what we'll call it. Bravo, bravo. No, it's whoa, geez. Uh-huh. This is an easy fix. I mean, you got my eyebrows. What more do you need, right? There. The easy fix is we stop play mode. But yes. Yay. Failed successfully. Let's save that. Alright, catch up with what you wrote here. Let's see. Oh yeah, I mean, I myself can't wait for the 5090, in which case I'll need to take out another mortgage on my house to afford. I'll need to afford, like a 2,000 watt power supply, and let's see what else. The card itself, it might not fit in my case, even though there's plenty of room right now. Oof. Yeah, who knows? Who knows what the next series will even bring. Because, I mean, yeah, I don't have too many current games, mostly because in my mind, I don't have the time to sit down and play them, because I want to do more of this type of stuff to scratch the creative itch of, making something. So I've got, 3D modeling and, learning this game engine stuff. Because I don't have huge blocks of time like I used to, or like I would want to, for just sitting down and playing through a game. So I don't really have too many modern games on the PC, anyways. I have a bunch of some indie games and some slightly older games from over the years, but I'll still play them. I do want to get, let's see. Yeah, I still haven't played Cyberpunk yet. So I'm what, 4 years behind now? All the bugs should be out of it by now, at least. Cyberpunk, Armored Core 6, those are both on my to-get list when I get a little bit more free time. I could be playing them right now, but yeah, like I said, gotta do the scratch the creative itch. But let's see. How are we doing? All right, we're still got a little bit of time. I'm gonna wrap up in like the next 10-ish minutes, probably. Yeah. Okay, so the head swap experiment was definitely an experiment. Yes, it was successful enough. We'll just say successful enough. Okay, so what was next on the list? Well, next on the list for me to, you know what? I'm gonna get. Where's my? Hold on. Man, I do miss using my other headset sometimes. It had like it was one you could use for like on your Xbox. So it had like a 10-foot, 12-foot cord that I could actually go walk over to Rusty over there and fiddle with them and still be plugged in. However, for that to sound any kind of decent with a little gamer boom mic, much like this, I had to run it through NVIDIA Broadcast again because I can, to do a whole bunch of noise reduction, and it did a really good job of noise reduction and making it sound decent. In my clips, I don't know where exactly. I've got 3 different audio setups. 4? 3 or 4 different audio setups as I started doing this year. And one of them, the first one, I used a Bluetooth headset. Nice noise canceling headphones from when I was sitting next to a copy machine at work for 8+ hours a day. So I ended up getting a nice set of noise canceling headphones, which has a actually decent microphone on it. The problem is, over Bluetooth, I must have enough interference, enough wireless signals or something going on around my computer that after like 10 minutes or so, the sound would cut in and out. So my first couple streams with that, it was, it sounded great when I was just recording, but as soon as I started streaming, it degraded steadily over like 10 minutes or so and became just complete crackle mess. After that, I switched to just a regular like cell phone, one of these. I'm using it right now. I just don't have the microphone plugged in. Using one of those with all the OBS filters. And then let's see. Then I dug out my old Turtle Beach, gamer headset. It still sounds fantastic for as budgety as it was. And then I used NVIDIA Broadcast to process the sound and do all the nice stuff to it. And it actually sounded pretty decent. A little tinnier than this, which I'm using a Yeti that I got off a marketplace for about $30 with the nice boom arm. So it's up above my head here. Only thing I don't like about this is that it captures a little bit too much of my bass in my voice. And if I turn the bass, I should just get a better filter in OBS to adjust that. But it's just a little too podcasty, a little too bassy. Wave-like sound canceller. Is that a audio filter or a physical, like hardware kind of thing for your mic? Because I'm plenty happy with how this guy sounds. I don't want to move up to like an XLR kind of dealio. Yeah, plenty happy with how he sounds. Especially since I can have it mounted up out of the way. I just have to have my earbuds in. Can mess up the headset. Oh, that's interesting. I actually, I'm not using that headset right now because you have to have the USB plugged in to power it. To get the microphone to work. It's either the microphone to work decently or for the just for it to pick up loud enough on that headset. But I actually ran out of ports in the back of my motherboard. So I either need to get a little USB hub, or if I want to use that again, I don't right now. But if I wanted to, I would need to. I would need to add some more ports back there because I fully ran out between all the crap. That's interesting. That is interesting that it would mess up the headset that way. Mine's super old though, so it has the split. Still has a split, line in, line out. Well, for the microphone, for the speakers, and then it has a USB plug to power it. But then it has in like halfway up the headphone cord, it has a little thing where you can plug in so you can listen to chat separately. So when you're playing on your Xbox and the 12-year-olds on Call of Duty are saying mean things about your mama, you can just, slide the little volume dial down. You don't have to listen to them. So that was a neat feature. You can just plug that into your controller, I believe. But yeah, that was a nice headset for the whole like $35, $40 I paid for it 10, 15 years ago. Back in my Diablo 3 and League of Legends days. I've been clean for years now of League. And even Arcane couldn't get me back into it. Let's see, writing down animation, was it animation blending, masking, that was called. I'm writing this down so that I can watch some tutorials while I'm working tomorrow. Oh, the wave microphones, yeah. Oh gosh, no, wow. No, League was about as bad as I got with things you have to keep up with all the time, especially with the changing meta. I never got into any MMOs because I know that I would absolutely do my dailies every day. And I have to stay away from those kind of addictive kind of things like that. Get bad FOMO, the fear of missing out. It's like, oh no, if I don't go on my scheduled raids and do my daily tasks, I will miss out on that and I will fall behind. So I don't even do that. I just avoid that altogether. I don't even keep up with the daily Sudoku puzzles on my phone. I think I'm like 3 months behind on those. So I know that I'm better than I was back in my youth, when I put way too many hours into certain games. It's like, oh, when I'm not getting my projects done, I know I have a problem. So now I just avoid them. I'm the same way with one more turn kind of games. Though those I'm not quite as bad with, because you don't have to log in daily to do those. Let's see, like any kind of 4X game, or like Civilization, or the space ones like Endless Space and such. It's I don't. One more turn, and then all of a sudden it's 4 in the morning, and you got to go to work the next day. But I've tempered that control over the years. Diablo 3 killed the most people though. Well, I mean, after a while, after they got rid of the whole auction house garbage and it became a decent game, Diablo 3 had the seasons, but those were like, was it like once a month or something like that? It was a new season. So it wasn't nearly as bad. It's like, oh, the new season came out. I want to get the new pet and the new, whatever little cosmetic thing it was, set bonus or whatever. So that wasn't. I didn't find that as bad, personally. Because then it was fun. Because then you could run through it again. So, especially since it got really easy once you got the patterns down for. It's like, oh, I need to go do these things to hit the next tier. I think you had to have the 4 tiers to, what was it, like 4 tiers worth of quests to get the pet or unlock the other slot of the inventory or something like that. It's been a minute. I don't think I even have it installed on this computer. Well, see, and then the other thing is the changing meta. When they, like, I don't play Apex or any of those, any shooters or whatnot, because I want to do this instead, and B, it's like the changing meta. You have to keep track. Oh, it's like, oh, patch day, what do I need to change about my play style? It's just, I just don't want to do that at this moment. I'd say anymore, but they do look really cool, and they look like a heck of a lot of fun. Animation masking. The head thing didn't work. Head swap. No work. And it didn't work because they just didn't line up after a while. Let's see, what was the other thing? Scrolly wheel. There we go. Scrolly wheel. I'm writing down future tasks. Scrolly wheel. Camera zoom. There. I should be writing this up in the air a little bit so that the hand tracking picks it up. See, like scrolly wheel. Actually, that does actually work. That's kind of funny. Writing things down. That is actually impressive that it can... See, I'm holding a pen. So even with this model that has 3 fingers, well, thumb and 2 fingers, it can still pick up all the, or translate the motion capture data pretty decent. Not bad. Oh, so if you do VTubing, you, and you're doing 3D anyways, were you going to do 3D or 2D? What were you thinking about? Because, like 3D, you can have hand tracking. 2D, you can with many extra steps and dollar signs. One of the perks of 3D. Another perk of 3D is you can spin yourself around. Oh, I hope that didn't screw up my camera too badly. Let's find out. Let's find out. What do I look like? Bam. Oh, and I can reset my camera. Nice. Okay. Oh, you have a leap? Yep. I have old leap as well. I was thinking about upgrading, but at the same time, I don't know. Right now, it works pretty good. I think I'd rather spend the, what, $150 plus on the Leap 2. I'd rather spend that on a used iPhone for better face tracking. Better face tracking, so I don't have to use, let's see what we're currently pulling here. Not much. Between OBS, which takes up barely anything. So between OBS, NVIDIA Broadcast, VC Face, and I don't think it's dedicating a whole heck of a lot to Unity right now because I'm not in play mode. Using 34% of the GPU. So that's pretty nice. I don't think I'm actually... I should be using the built-in... Yeah. I don't remember why I don't have the built-in graphics processor sending off the video encode. Oh, I think I'm streaming NVENC to Twitch. Someday we'll get AV1. Someday. But yeah, probably not for a hot minute yet. All right, and the music ended. Here, let's pick a little something here. Not that one. Oh, there was something in here that sounded really nice and old. I mean, these all sound old school. Anyways, I don't know why I'm picking a picking a song to go out on, but I think let's see. Oh geez, what did I just check? Okay. Might go see if we can find somebody to raid here. But yeah. Too much headroom for my CPU. Oh yeah, I have 13700, I want to say 13700K. It's the unlocked one. I don't even have it clocked up right now. I got liquid cooling and all that fun stuff. Always liquid cool. But yeah, no, I think I'm using the GPU for OBS and all that fun stuff. But yeah, if I play, I might look into optimizing stuff a little bit better if either this lovely app behind me starts taking up more GPU or if I start playing games too. All right, let's see who we got. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. You know what? Let's see. Boom is online. All right. Duck, do you know Boom? Boom with like 20 O's in there. We are gonna go raid Boom. So please feel free to join in. We'll go say hi to her. She is currently up to a disgusting amount of spaghetti code. I mean, it all makes sense, of course, but yeah, there's a lot of code going on her screen right now. But yeah, catch y'all next time. We will have actual Rusty the Robot, and it's gonna be great. Just have to get the camera all set up, and then I'll probably be using VTuber Rusty and actual Rusty that you can see on the other side of the screen. We'll be using them at the same time, and it should be pretty sweet. All right, we are ready to raid. Let's go.